behavior caused by external stimuli or operant conditioning. So the next one is the learner starts off as clean state or tabula rasa. And the next one is behavior is shaped through positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. The famous behaviorist is first John B. Watson, which is the founder. Next is B.F. Skinner, Edward Thorndike, and Ivan Pavlov. So as quote by John B. Watson, give me a dozen healthy infants when formed and my own specified work to bring them up in, and I'll guarantee to take anyone at random and train him to become any type of specialist I might select. Doctor, lawyer, artist, merchant, chief, and yes, even beggar man. And regardless of his talents, penchants, tendencies, abilities, vocations, and race of his ancestors. Okay, the next one will be presented by Farah Afifah, which is she will present on teacher 1.
Hi, I'm Farah. So I will proceed with teacher 1. Her name is Ras Izyanti Wahizar binti Rahman. She is 34 years old. Her education background is Diploma in Education, Institut Pendidikan Guru Kampus Raja Melewa Seremban, and she also took degree and master in IIUM. She majors in Economics and English. She is a teacher in SK Taman Melati, which is the position is Guru Data, and years of teaching is 6 years. So we will proceed with the first question. Behaviorism focuses on behaviors that can be observed only. Based from this statement, what do you think of your students' behavior? How do you manage to control different kinds of behavior? Choose one class, for example. So the teacher's answer is, last year I was entrusted to teach 42 students in year 2 RA, consisting first 42 top scorers of year 1 from the previous year. There are two situations in this class. The situation is, there is a student that loves to sit alone in her work, neglecting others, and in completing her task, even though it was a group work. Yet she was the best student for my class. She was able to answer and complete the task given by me correctly all by herself, but she lacked of cooperation with others and incapable to socialize with her classmates. So the teacher came up with a solution. I appointed her as my assistant to monitor, as well as guiding and helping other students every time I conducted group work. Surprisingly, she was excellent in assisting me, and indirectly she was socializing with her classmates. After a few sessions, she was able to be a part of the team and enjoy discussing and brainstorming in completing their group work. So we continue with the second situation. Students that are very hard in completing homework given, hence their handwritings are hardly to be read. It took me almost 2 months to tackle this type of behavior. So the solution is, at first I acknowledged their work by saying thank you and helped them every time they completed work. Then I started to show off their work to the whole class and gave them a bit of applause. Moreover, I also awarded them with stationery such as pencil or eraser with their favorite cartoon characters every time they wrote their answers neatly. At the end of the day, they felt their homework are being appreciated by others, especially by me, that resulting them to complete their task correctly, neatly, and on time. Indirectly, I also able to motivate other students to complete their tasks neatly and on time, as they all aim for the presents. Next, for the second question, behaviorism deals with the consequences of behaviors that can be rewarded or punished. Good behavior will be rewarded and bad behavior will be punished. What types of punishment that you give to your students if they are not completing their homework or cause trouble in class? Since I love to conduct group work in my lesson, each student are responsible on and contributing marks for their group. If Fauzi causes trouble during the group work, 2 marks will be deducted from the group. If he causes a lot of trouble throughout the lesson, I will deduct the group marks until it reaches 0. Therefore, his group members will make sure Fauzi behave himself throughout the lesson so that their marks will not be deducted. Consequently, at the corner of class for a certain time frame and they cannot participate in any activities conducted at the moment, and if I give rewards to his or her group, she will not be benefited as a sign of punishment for causing trouble during my lesson. Individually, when a student fails to complete his or her homework with no valid reason, I will ask them to obtain their parents' signature beside their incomplete homework and send the book back to me on the next day. Fail to do so will resultantly to call or text their parents. So the third question will be, as we all aware, punishment might demotivate the students to learn and participate in lesson. To avoid this from happening, what will you do to the students who causes trouble apart from punish them? So she answers, rather than punish them, sometimes I rewarded them every time they able to play throughout the lesson or giving them a token of appreciation when they able to complete their task. So the next question will be continued by Tina.
So the next question is, according to behaviorist theory, people have no free will to do work. From this segment, how do you ensure that your students are willing to learn and participate in lesson, and how do you make them engage with the class? So the answer are, first, I love to play games throughout my lesson. I try my best to make my lesson interesting to make sure all students are waiting for me coming to their class every day. Next, she answered, for spelling activity, they love to play anagram, which is in this game, they have to spell words using the word given by me, given by the teacher. Students that are able to come out with the most words spelled correctly will be the winner. For listening and speaking activity, I will play broken phone with them. In this game, I will call upon one student from each group and whisper to them a sentence. Then they will run back to their group and whisper the sentence to the second student. Then the second student will whisper to the third one, and the final student will tell me the sentence. Group with the correct sentence will be rewarded with marks. So the next question is, behavior will only occur if given a right environment and antecedent. For example, like giving rewards and positive reinforcement. Tell us what kinds of rewards and positive reinforcement that you give to your students in order to make sure that they're motivated to complete their homework and exercise, as well as maintaining a good behavior in classroom. How do you deliver your instruction? So the teacher answered, I always reward my pupils with varieties token of appreciation. For spelling activity, each student with all correct spelling will be given a star. They themselves will paste the star next to their name on the name list designed and decorated creatively by me at the notice board in the classroom. Students felt very proud if they were able to clear as many stars as they can. From every seat in the classroom, they can see the star chart clearly, and straight away they know which student is leading. The next one is, in completing work, rather than just awarding them with marks, sometimes I also reward them with sweets or stationeries. Even though they only got one small sweet or an ordinary pencil, they will feel very proud as a peacock.
Assalamualaikum, with Azrina. So I am ID Mazuri Zainal A143855, and I will be continue with the presentation with constructivism theory. Okay, so let us take a look at what is constructivism theory. Constructivism theory, the founder is John Piaget, and this theory is supported by some important contributors such as Vygotsky and Brilliance. Okay, so the keywords for this series are the zone of proximal development, ZPD, scaffolding, and learning as experience. Basically, the theory is an is to support collaboration in constructing knowledge, not in competition. The fourth one is to give chance to more experts and less expert students to learn from each other. Okay, so next slide. Okay, the principle for the instruction given by the teacher are the instruction first must be concerned with the experience so that this will attract students and will make them feel willingly to learn. Second, the instruction should be designed to facilitate extrapolation. What I mean by extrapolation here is the ability of students to go beyond the information given. Okay, and some of the strategy that could be used, that could be applied by teachers are such as questioning, summarizing, clarifying, and predicting. Okay, so as for the role of students in constructivism theory, they should be first actively participate in learning process. Second, reflect the experience in classroom activities. The third one, begin their study with preconceived notions. And the fourth one, they need to know how to change their thinking style. So just the same as behaviorism theory that we have discussed earlier, this theory, constructivism, will be also be followed by an interview with the teacher, and the slides will be continued by Nur Aina. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hi, Doctor. My name is Nur Aina binti Ahmad Bukhari, A143824. So, for my part, I will cover on the second teacher that we had interviewed, who is Sir Ahmad Husni Zaid bin Zuki. He is 27 years old. His education background started with SK Brangan 1 for primary school and then SMK 4 for secondary. Later on, he had pursued his study in ITG campus in Munkas in Ceras Kuala Lumpur, majoring in Bahasa Melayu and also music. And currently, he is teaching in SK Sri Tumpai Dua. The position in school is a music teacher, and he has been teaching as for now 3 years. So moving on to the first question. Sorry, technical error. So basically, we had constructed 5 questions for constructivism, which we wanted. Okay, so for the first questions for constructivism theory that we had asked, do you think that group discussion during lesson is an interactive way of learning? Why? So according to him, he had answered, absolutely, I would go for yes answer because he believed that group discussion it promotes student-centered learning because this is whereby students can talk and also share their opinions in group among their classmates. And also he mentioned the more people who talk, the more it will contribute to the ideas. Therefore, the students will have list of points and also idea on the
5, for the test, he thinks that everyone stands to become judgmental as only excellent students will pass with flying colors, leaving the low students behind. So he basically thinks that the best activity is the practical one to assess the students' performance. And the fifth question is, how do you create situation where the students feel safe in questioning and reflecting on their own learning process? So the answer is, well, it's normal to witness student anxiety while asking or stating their personal response through therefore he or she use some methods to overcome this situation, which by encouraging them to use simple sentence structure in asking, and if they stuck in their own words, they will try to teach that to help. And the second one, for low confidence learners, in pointing out their opinion, this teacher say that he will ask them to repeat the answer from their friends and assist them to improvise the points using their own words. Okay, so yeah, that's all from us, the very last group for this final